Gareth finishes 0-0. Just result aside, what did you make of the performance level from your side today?
Really pleased. We got what we wanted again. We got some real good fitness work out of that one. No injuries, which is good. And I think we pressed the Reading team really well, especially first half. We're probably a bit more experienced in the team. Got the ball down well, had the best chances of the game. If I'm being totally honest, I thought we probably had. Bradley was really disappointed he didn't hit the net with his left foot, and you want it to fall to someone like Bradley. Seb looked good, trying to get through, and then Gailey obviously second half getting through, and so I thought we limited Reading to little chances. They had the one cross and the scare in the second half, but overall I'm really pleased with what the boys have taken on so far. We haven't worked a great deal on everything. We haven't focused on one thing. We did a lot of attacking play, we've done a lot of defending work, and then I put a press into place, and the lads have grabbed it really well. Some of them have never done that before, And the second half team, we're a bit younger, some of our youngsters coming through, and again, first of all, well done youngsters, plenty to learn, and well done held your own against the Reading first team. And secondly, the older players who played with them, well done, because you've secured the ship, the likes of Ethan, and I'm calling Andy Smith and Sam Gale old ones now, but they're not, they're more experienced ones, Jack Nolan, and people like Max Clark. So they really showed me that we've got a good squad here, we've got a good chance. I still want to add one or two definitely, and the squad will shape as we get to the start of the season. But yeah, we've taken a team who finished 8th or 9th in League One last season. I know it's pre-season, results don't mean anything in pre-season, but you get a feeling as a manager, and I believe if we can do what we did today against some teams in League Two, we'll win those games. Obviously everyone wants to play a little bit more, and there'll be ways to do that, and again, me and Dob will be looking at the video going, right, when they do put a high press on, how do we play out, how do we get more of the ball? We did do it first half, I thought. Second half we didn't get as much as the ball as I wanted, and it became a bit of a long ball sort of battle. But with someone like Josh Andrews, again, what a weapon he could be. No, really pleased where we are. But it's pre-season, and it's only our second game, so it's a 0-0. I'm sorry for the fans. I'm sure they came to see goals, they saw chances, but we didn't stick it in the net. But we certainly will start doing that. I promise that, and we've got some good players out there.
But even off the ball, I heard you keep saying the word shape. It looked very rigid, looked very structured. That must have pleased you as well. So on the ball, very good, but off the ball, also quite disciplined.
Yeah, we're organised, and my teams are always organised. They're always structured, but we have that flair of your Bradley, of your Romeo Hutton, who can get forward at different times, and Joe Bode who can win something on a sixpence. We've got these match winners in the team. Without your Sam Vokes, Johnny Williams, Aaron Rowe, Nelson, we've got some players, and Elliot Nevitt, some serious players missing at the moment. All attacking players as well, So it looks like we've got some to add. Somebody said to me before the game, a fan came up to me and said, "Oh, there's not too many new faces," and I said, "Yeah, but you've got a decent squad. You've always had a decent squad. It's just the way they've want to be managed or played or getting the best out of them. We're all different managers, and I believe I can get the best out of this group. Hopefully there'll be one or two new faces before this first game, but not pleased with where we are right now, and it's a tough afternoon, very hot. The pitch got a bit sticky second half, but credit to all the players. They've took it on well, and looking forward to the next game now.
Gaffer, thank you. Matt Cole.
Interesting to hear you talk about tactics, because I know pre-season is a lot about getting fitness and sharpness, but how much have you changed, or is it about continuity with what you were working on the end of last year?
Yeah, listen, there's it is the primary objective today was get the meters and the legs, getting more game ready, getting them playing in front of crowds. People like Damien Theodore has not played in front of a home crowd yet, or Harry Waldock and people like that who are in the team, and so that exercise is for them. And then no injuries, like I say, and a little look at maybe a structured press but we haven't really worked on set pieces yet. We haven't really worked on if the opposition has a high press on us, how we do play out on that. And I know fans behind are going, "Oh, let's play a little bit more." I'm thinking, yeah, we haven't worked on that yet. Let me get everything out in pre-season. I've only been back sort of 2 weeks, and if everyone will remember at the end of last season, I came in and it was Saturday, Tuesday, right to the end of the season. There was no time to work on anything. So we'll get there. What I will say is the Gillingham fans are really backing us. They've turned up really well today. They applauded us on, they applauded us off. They're very intelligent fans. They'll demand results, and I intend to give them results. But I think they can see that there's a work in progress, and I'm desperate to get this club away from the last few years' reputation it's had. I want to change this, give it an identity, give it some journey that we can all get on and start going, you know what, Gillingham could be something. Funnily enough, I watched last night, I don't know if anyone watched, but on TV there was the whole 90 minutes of the Man City Gillingham playoff final I was watching, and it was incredible watching some of the old faces and the old, the Hess was playing and Pato obviously, and it was really good to see. I'm not saying I can bring those days back straight away, but see the fans and see the way that game went it was nice to watch, and it was quite ironic actually. I didn't even know it was on, but just flicking through and came across it. I thought I'd give this a watch. So I know what this club means to the fans, and I intend to deliver for the fans, but it's going to be a journey.
It's interesting. I mean, do you see were you already aware of the potential? I mean, of the fans that turned up at Wembley?
The fans that get to Wembley, of course, and it was heartbreaking even watching it and knowing what was going to happen. It's still heartbreaking at the time, but like I say, that connection with the fans. These are fans now. You get teams that are supported, and Gillingham is like, there's people who've left Gillingham and now live in all different areas but still come back to Gillingham. I've spotted so many people who live in London now or live around there, but they still come back to Gillingham because that's their team, and it's like, I want to bring some success here. I think it'd be a great place if we can. But like I say, journey, real journey, build. I don't want any false success with no structure. We've got to build a structure first, and performances like today, I'm proud of, and I'm sure that their fans saw the work ethic, what we're trying to do, rather than the end result, and that's going to be something I'm going to be asking for the next few weeks, months, until we really get this groove and identity that I want.
Just quickly going back to formations today, so we saw a version of a 4-2-3-1. It's my amateur view of it. Is that what you're looking at, do you think, without giving too much away for the first day of the season? Do you have to be more flexible?
People ask me what formation I play, and I'll tell you now, I'll play the winning formation. That's what I play. I will look at every game and I will play the winning formation. My players need to be able to play in a 5-2-3, a 4-2-1-3, a 4-2-3-1. They need to be able to play in all systems, because I will look at a game and go, you know what, today I think a 5 will work, and that's how I manage. And I think people are well aware of that. I think if you look back on my history of management, you'll see a variety of formations, and they all work. No one cares about formation when you win a game. They'll all just care about the result, and that's it only gets looked into when you lose games. But we'll get through that for the season. But there is no set formation for me and my side. We will play the formation that wins, or the formation that will give us the best chance of winning.
So a player like Seb Barnholm coming into this team isn't necessarily just a number 9.
He's a lone striker today. He can definitely play as a 2. He can definitely play as a wide man. Joe Balday's played wide left today. He can definitely play as a centre forward. We've seen that. Harry Bridle's played as a 10. He's a centre forward. So there's all sorts of different formations. Romeo Hutton and Max Clark were wing backs last year for the majority of the time for me. And Sam Gale played right back. It's all this. I know that the Gillingham, if we win the game, the Gillingham fans will go, yep, you keep doing what you want to do, because that's all they want to do is win games. And as a manager, all I want to do is win games. Okay, looking pretty is great, but I'll swap it for winning games any day.
And your trialist at left back today was with the first half team, which is a very senior team. Was that about seeing how he stood up to Reading's first team,
of course,
and what he looked like in that context?
He's done well over the 2 weeks he's been here, so again we'll let you know where that's going to go. But really pleased with everyone in the first and second halves. Really good. So there's some players who know that they're just starting their careers. There's some that know that where they are in their careers, and some are desperate to launched their careers, and yeah, it was really good. So yeah, please, just hope everyone had suntan lotion on today, because it was a blooming hot day, wasn't it? Yeah, so I'm not going to get that too many times this season, I'm sure.
I guess looking at your squad depth, it's at left back appears to be a place that you would need an extra resource.
Yeah, Shadrach Ogie can play left side, before, definitely, and Max is obviously, he played the last 9 games for me last season and stood up really well. Again, he's earning contracts here and earning a new place here, and well, it's an area we obviously want to cover, but we'll see who comes in there.
You're going to ask every time you come to a press conference at this time of year about possible new signings, how far along they might be, where you are with different players. What can you tell us?
Yeah, we've made contact with a number of different players, agents, and clubs have unrealistic fees, or players have unrealistic wage demands. Brad and Shannon are great people and are fully involved in all the recruitment process, and we will not get players to the detriment of Gillingham Football Club's budget or structure that I want to put in place. They've given me the manager title because I want to manage this. I want to manage this squad. We're definitely talking to people. I think the same with every club. They're all still at this stage of the year. I think there's some unrealistic expectations from players, from agents, and the closer you get to the end of the window, the more they start looking a bit more realistic, and yet it might take to that. I've done some of my best signings late on in the windows, but like I say, we've got the likes of Sam Vokes to come in and play. I think the fans are going to love Seb. He never stops running. He's never going to stop harrying people and creating those chances. He's won a few balls today which he should not even be near. And almost closed the keeper. He's going to be a great addition to our squad. Definitely want 1 or 2 more in, new faces, and we'll see where that goes. But we're working hard. But again, we're not going to overpay to the detriment of the squad. It's not fair to ask Brad and Shannon to keep doing that. They're all for the club, but put me in place as manager to manage the situation, and I'll take responsibility for that.
Will it mean 1 or 2 going out? Is it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't want a massive squad. So, there will be 1 or 2 go out, or 1 or 2 will be just sat on the sidelines and maybe want to get games elsewhere. But again, it's all about being a manager, and I'm happy with all the players that are in at the moment. But if we do maybe add to the squad, some players might think, I need to go out and play somewhere else, and that happens in football. That's football, But at the moment, everyone's buying in, and it's a great bunch of lads. It really is, and new training ground, new changing room, which is great. Pitches are looking good. The vibe's pretty cool around this place at the moment. We just want to get those injured players back in the squad, and I think we'll be a strong squad this year.
An early start as well. It's a week earlier than normal.
Yeah, crazy start this year.
Does that make it harder for everyone?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it does. And I think that what it does is probably gives some players the option to realise whether they're in or out the squad. That's what happens. Players come back and they're told they're not in the 25-man squad, or they are, or they don't play the first game, and it's amazing. After that first 2 or 3 weeks, some players come available that you didn't dream were going to come available and are unhappy, and people try and nick them from here, there and everywhere. I'm sure we'll get bids for some of our players. At the moment, we're really happy where we are, and it's a good day today.
Well, thank you very much.
You managed to get Andy Smith back for
Brilliant.
today's game as well.
Yeah.
So him involved.
Yeah, really good. Andy's he's shown today he's a really assured passer of the ball, good defender, but can play. And I think that at times in that second half we could have got the ball down a little bit more and played. Pitch wasn't conducive to that really. It's very sticky and we needed a bit more water on it, but you can't. As soon as you put water on it, it evaporates. You've got to feel for the groundsman. But your autumn and your winter times, you're slicking it about, and Andy's great. He's a great passer of the ball as well as a good defender. So having him back's key. Yeah, he's people say there's not a lot of new faces. For me, he's a new face. He's definitely a new face. I think he's himself, Sam Vokes, Seb Palmer-Holding, Damien Theodore, the young boy coming through, Harry Waldock, who I think's having a cracking pre-season, as well as your Websters, your Bridles, these are good players. Logan Dobbs is just missing out with an injury, but we've got a good nucleus here. We've got some good young players, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they feature this season.
Ethan Coleman's someone you didn't have a great deal to see
Yeah.
at the end of last season. You played him centre half, Dover, back into midfield today. You like the look of since he's come back?
Yeah, like Ethan. Ethan's a good player, very good player. With Ethan, Robbie and Armani, I think we got 3 really experienced midfielders there, and then you got understudies of sort of Nelson and you know, players who can push them, Ewan but we've got some good quality in the squad. Bradley Dack, you talk about new faces. This is his first pre-season for 3 years, you know, so he's going to be right up there fitness wise, and I think you saw today that, you know, he's going to add some quality to us. So no, we're in a good place, and I'm really looking forward to sort of getting stuck into Accrington. Hate pre-season, if I'm being totally honest, but the games don't mean anything. But today, you know, it's a nice result against a team in the league above.
What did you think when Decky went down after 20 minutes? Were you a little bit?
Yeah, I think he just wanted to breathe it, didn't he? So he's all right. And if Decky's
Did he just get banged?
yeah, he just got a dead leg. I think the intensity of the game was quite good for a pre-season friendly today, and I thought Decky got really stuck in, got a lot of the ball, and he's gonna feature a lot this season as a leader as much as a good player. I think we've had some good chats off the pitch, and huge respect for that boy. He's done a lot in the game, and loves this club, and just wants the best for Gillian.
And of the players that we haven't seen yet, who else is next to come back into the squad, the ones that aren't quite fit?
Yeah, I think Elliot Nevitt and Nelson will be close. Johnny Williams, definitely all 3 of them will be very soon back into the squad and the team. Sam Volks, we knew when we signed him, he was 12 weeks out with a broken arm, you know, in the last game of the season. Ewan Williams took an upper body whack, you know, which we've got to be careful with. You know, we don't want to risk him at the moment. I can't think of anyone else. Is there anyone else? Is there?
Aaron Rowe.
He's injured. Aaron Rowe. So Aaron Rowe, we came back and just a little muscle injury that we've got to be careful with. So Aaron's a very explosive player, and so again, it's disappointing because Aaron finished the season so well. You know, he's got a little muscle injury that we've got to just watch now. We can't overload Aaron, so games aren't for Aaron yet. Training, okay, and he thinks he's going to be back on the grass next week, but games just a little bit far for Aaron yet.
You got midweek game as well. Can you tell us much about that? Is that behind closed doors?
Southampton, behind closed doors. We're gonna. It's training game more than game, and it'd be great for our boys to go and see the level of Southampton just being relegated from the Premier League. New manager, of course, and I think that, you know, we're not going to take too much from this game. You know, it's more of a training game. It's not your 90 minutes. I think we're going to try and get as many minutes into both halves as we can. But we're not sure exactly how that's going to run yet. But yeah, the next big one for us is Luton next Saturday here, and looking forward to that one.
A manager you know well as well.
Big respect for Matt Bloomfield, as I have today with the Courigs who own Rob Courig is chairman of Reading now, and Joe Jacobson. You know, massive respect for those guys. They're going to do a fantastic job. I can tell Reading fans that they're in good hands now with Rob Courig. Really good hands. He's out there with some of his ideas, but I tell you what, he was right most of the time at Wickham, and we had massive success under Rob. And Joe Jacobson, one of my ex-captains, the boy who scored the goal at Wembley that got us promoted to the Championship. Again, they're in real safe hands. And then on to Luton. Matt Bloomfield, I can't say too much more than it has been said. You know, absolutely inspirational leader, captain. One of the few footballers that I'd probably let take out one of my daughters rather than any of the others. He's a true gentleman of the game, and he's a solid guy, and I hope he does brilliant at Luton, because they almost saved last year with him, but I think they'll have a great season.